Welcome to the next installment of the Dismount Podcast, and today we are discussing episode 60, Execution. Can I make it out with no scars? Well, this one's an interesting one because this all stems around the conversation that, I feel like for me personally was pumped way too hard at me when I was young of, well, son, if you're not executing and you're not making, all the moves the correct way, then you're going to fall behind. And once you fall behind the other kids in class, Sonny, that's not good. That's going to be real bad. No one wants to be friends with someone who fell behind. Oh, shit, man. You could either be the class clown, you could be the absolute bum in the back of the class, or you could be the nerd who was the absolute teacher's pet. There was millions of different people that you could have executed and been if you wanted to. I chose the route of absolute craziness as a young kid of getting my first B in 8th grade and coming home crying. Or 6th grade.
Poor guy.
6th grade, dude. Got my first B, came home crying like a little bitch because I got a B. Mom, I didn't get straight A's. Oh my God, what's going to happen? But I was like, you got a B. It's not the end of the world, Zach.
No.
So execution is what we're talking, because some of us as a young kid, we were impounded into our brain. Just, you got to be working hard. You got to be constantly, making moves to get you to that next level. What are you doing to execute properly today? I'm 13.
You are?
13, man. I don't know what I'm doing today. I guess I'm going to school. I guess I'm going to school today. Thanks, man. So no,
You're gonna say I am now 13 years old. You're just declaring on the podcast.
I was getting ready to
from now on.
I don't know where we going with this. All right, carrying it on. I like it though. Hell yeah.
we, as a young kid, I definitely have talked and joked about in the past of, my dad was trying to set me up for success. He was constantly ready to go. Hey man, we got lawns to go cut. You ready to go? Nah, Dad, I want to go ride my bike. Okay. But that's not going to get you anywhere in life. Well, it's going to get me to go ride my bike right now.
Yeah.
So regardless, that's the goofiness of the conversation that we're having today around execution. This podcast is a don't trust us, trust yourself, and there's a good reason for that. We put together 6 questions and we journal on those separately. Then we come together here and we discuss those. So we got 6 questions. 6. We got 6 questions today. Number 1. When was the first time you realized no one was coming to save you? How did that change the way you approached your goals?
Such a ridiculous question.
Yeah, it is.
I read this out loud to my girlfriend. She's like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those episodes."
Damn. Hey, why don't we do the same thing?
Dude, we used to do this podcast and be
That's
like,
nuts.
What's the most insulting name you've ever been called? And we go, "Oh, like big guy." And now it's like, when did you realize no one was coming to save you?
Hey,
When
yo,
did you realize everything was doom and gloom?
Then you heard the music and everything. Damn.
Banjos start playing, dude.
Hey, look, the CBS morning music. Come on, little trumpets and shit.
Oh, God.
So how about yourself, Jeff? When did you realize no one was coming for you?
Big dog, listen, I'll tell you what, big dog, listen, it was real, like you kind of briefly talked about it in the intro, bro, like, my parents, like my mom, when you young, like the first time I realized it is when I graduated from high school, bro. In life, like you said, when you're young, you don't realize the vision your parents set for you. They give you chores, they give you shit, hey, take that garbage out, hey, you don't realize that's to set you up for goals and tasks. You don't realize that shit. Your parents are trying to mold you. You just want to be a young kid. You want to just do you. You don't give a shit about that. You know what I mean? But that's the biggest thing. It's like, you get a slap of reality. Like for me, unless you got some fucking path set for you where your mom's like, now when you graduate, the company, you're going to get the company. If you don't got that, this ain't for you. I'm not talking to you. Good for you. But I'm talking to the 90 percentile whose parents told them some shit like my mom told me. Listen, remember my mom telling me straight up, you graduate in high school, it's going to be military, college, or a job. But you ain't going to be laying around here. Ain't no grown-ass people laying around here. And I'm like, well, damn, when did I become grown? shit, I'm about to get. I thought, like I'm okay. Like
Yeah.
I'm about to be graduating high school, but chill here a couple more years. Get my shit together. Oh no, ain't no cavalry coming over the hill for you, boy. You want my mom. It sounds cliche, bro. But
Yeah.
you want anything in life? My mom told me straight up, you're gonna have to work for it.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, dude, for me, that created a mindset of failure is not an option.
I think that's a great place to be at because I got such a different vibe growing up. Mine was my dad, my dad and my mom, we've talked about before, very young when they had me. And, my dad was trying to instill that, this is what you got to do to take care of yourself type of thing. But they were always there for me. There was never going to be a time when I feel like I was really going to fall flat on my face.
No.
And I know you could probably say the
Hell
same
yeah,
thing too,
100%.
right?
But there's a difference between them teaching you the consequences of your actions and how to be an adult too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that, and this is funny, I truly realized that I was on my own at 25 years old when I got pulled off of my parents' insurance and had to go on my own fucking health
bro.
insurance. That sounds
You're
so
like,
funny.
wait, what do you mean?
No, it don't sound funny to me. I know
Like-
that moment.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, hold up. Now, wait, there's $100 coming out of my paycheck for this? Whoa, hold up. What? This is
This
bullshit.
That was my
Who's this
funny
FICO
money.
dude? Hey, who's this FICO dude?
And so for me, dude, at 25, when it came the reality slap of, hey, you're now going to be paying for your insurance, you're going to be paying for all these things. I had that younger, obviously, but that was when it was like, whoa, bro. These are the things that you're doing to make your money. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Because that was the thing for me. My parents set me up for perfect success. They really did. They got me through college. They got me through with a great opportunity, great career options ahead of me. With this engineering degree that I have, the world is my oyster, arguably. However, that version of success at 25 years old, when I started having to pay for goofy things like health insurance, turned around and was like, wait, this is what I'm doing. This is the time that I'm spending to make this money to go to these things. Whoa, hold up, man. If this is, I have to have those things, so I'm going to have money. This is not the way that I want to be making my
Dude,
money.
that goes back into what I was telling you about, like, failure is not an option. You
Yeah.
realize that, like, if I need to pay my insurance, nobody's paying shit for me no more. Like, I can't go, obviously, if any one of us needed our parents, they would probably move heaven and earth to try to help us if they could.
100%.
But you got to keep that mindset that, like you said, like the question, there's no cavalry coming over the hill. Either I get my shit together, and like you said, I got fucking responsibilities now, and either I'm going to handle my responsibilities or shit's going to be ugly for me. And you create a mindset of like, okay, don't fuck this up. And that's, you have to. Or so many people out here fucking up or doing things they don't want to do or stretching themselves so thin trying to, do something that it's never going to happen.
The fear of becoming a burden is what ends up, in my eyes, being that positive motivator
Fuck
in
yeah,
that
bro.
situation.
I feel that. Yeah, I don't want nobody taking care of me.
Hell
I
no.
don't, oh, mother. Yeah, or whoever you got to cry to for help or whatever. But we all need help in one entity or next. But like I'm talking about, I know what you mean. Like
I know how bad I fucking hate going to my job. So what? I'm gonna make my
Right.
dad go fucking hate even more and more how much he's going to his job.
I'm gonna go displace everything that I'm dealing with and go, fuck it, it's easy. I'm gonna just throw it on D. Throw
Yeah.
it on him.
Here,
Let him
put
deal
this
with
shit
it.
in your
Yeah,
backpack.
here, let him deal with it.
I'm walking over here light,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm not about to carry your burdens and shit. Like I'm gonna help you. I love you. Let me help you. Let me point you in the right direction. But there's no fucking way in hell we're about to be, I'm about to be carrying your shit on my back. No way.
Yeah, and I would say, well, let's let you chime in
No,
here.
go ahead, go.
No, please, because I was about to answer the how did things change.
Yeah. I think for me, like going off what you just said too, I wanted independence. So even like I didn't feel like I even had to burden my parents too much. They did take care of me. They again always would be there for me. But I think as quickly as I could get independence, I wanted it. So like 16, I had a job. Like I want my own money. I don't want to have to answer to how I can go spend money, or I want a car and I want to make sure there's gas in it. Like I wanted that independence. So but that was for like cool, dude. Like I wasn't relying on this, but yeah, really early on got a job. And for me, I think I definitely learned the whole consequences thing pretty quickly. But a couple that stuck out to me was especially when I got fired from my first job out of college. So I was 23 at that point, and I couldn't have had like a more inflated understanding of what a job out of college looked like than my job out of college. I went in. I only got the job because a guy took care of me. We're from a dude from the north side, Pittsburgh. Dude, just like I wasn't gonna get hired. He's like, I like you. We're gonna hire you. I'm like, oh, dude, I like this guy. Cool. And a month later, he quit. My manager. So I first job out of college, I had to learn how to like sell over the phone and all this shit. And yeah, he quit. So I didn't have a manager for another 6, 7 months after that, something like that. And me and my buddy Joey and I think one other guy ended up getting canned because what we would do is still try to sell. And we did, and we were really good. It got to the point where like the day I got fired was like the day after I got moved to a new team and like, hey, we're looking at you as like a senior seller. You've done a great job. Like we really want to lean into like, you helping build out our new team. Like, oh hell yeah. But what had happened was my my actions caught up with me. I realized there's a right way to do things. And sometimes regardless of like even the people who I got fired by, I don't think they want to fire me. It's that what we were doing was borderline illegal, and we may have not even realized it. We just weren't making a lot of phone calls and soliciting a lot of business via email. And apparently you can't just solicit sale via email and be like, hey, I'd like to sell you insurance. Give me a call. And they're like, well, we're selling shit. We're doing it right. I think the part where we screwed up was calling like you remember you used to be able to call a movie theater. I don't know if you could still do this, and it would play the show times. Like today, showing Shrek 2.
I remember that.
10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4:30. We would just call that, and you'd have to track your calls and talk time. So we would,
damn, bro.
yeah. So we would just call. We'd call the theater like 39 times on the 40th. Just let it play for an hour while we sent our emails. It just never called people. And yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. So I learned really quickly. I still remember the day I got fired. I went back to the Regina house, and the Liberty Bridge was on fire. I don't know why. I was thinking about that last night. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was already like 10 years ago at this point. The Liberty Bridge, they were working on it, literally like almost collapsed because it caught on fire. I still remember going and just staring at a bridge on fire and thinking about, oh, dude, this is what it feels like to get fucking slapped in the face by society.
I just lost my fucking job.
Yeah.
Bridge is on fire.
Yeah. And it probably came earlier than that. Like, I was thinking my dad was a police officer, and he was like, you ever get pulled over? You ever end up in handcuffs? Don't call me. Don't call me.
Oh, man.
You gotta learn, man. Don't use my name to get out of trouble. And that was him, like early on. Like he would have been there and moved worlds for me, but he wouldn't get me out of something where like the consequences of my actions took me there. Yeah, and even like not getting a promotion at work, like in my current job, like I thought like I was supposed to get a promotion just because like I was supposed to get it. Like I was older and I did the right work. And then what that led me to realize when I didn't get that opportunity was how like being good enough sometimes isn't good enough. Like I could think, oh, this is good enough. I'm just gonna skim by. I'll float through this stuff and I'll get what's coming my way. And then you get slapped in the face by like someone younger getting a promotion over you, and you're like, well, what the fuck? I was doing everything right. And you get those opportunities to sit back and go, okay, maybe you were lying to yourself a little bit. And whatever you understood of like, and the consequences were a little softer, but they probably stung a little more because I felt like I was doing the right things, but it just wasn't. I just think at that point it wasn't a lack of like my potential because I thought so much out of me. It was just that I wasn't aligned with who I should have been at that point. And that gave me a chance to like, I thought that was a mature moment for me because I was able to actually go back and be honest with myself. I was like, no, I don't think you actually did earn that. You thought you did, but you didn't. And that like good enough isn't good enough type situation keeps rearing its head to it. Like you can lie to yourself all you want, but eventually like the consequences of you not reaching who you're supposed to be will show.
That's humbling.
Yeah.
How did you combat that?
Um,
Like dealing with the emotions after you have that realization.
Yeah, I just think that, I mean, it's a little liberating, I think. I think it's a good feeling. You have to kind of sit through those, like, moments because they feel awful. Like, when that stuff happens, dude, when I didn't get promoted, I was pissed. I walked right out of the fucking room. Like, I was so pissed. We were supposed to go to a happy hour after someone's leaving. It's like, I don't want to fucking go there. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be around any of you people. This
Fuck
is
this
ridiculous.
place.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, even my manager knew, he was like, he didn't even come in that day. He was working at home. Like, it wasn't anything, like, coincidental. Just happened to be working from home that day. And I called him, like, dude, what the like losing my mind. He's like, dude, we'll talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that sucked, but I don't think I am where I am now without that situation. And it sucks because in that moment, you don't realize that you're supposed to feel that way because it's showing you the way to correct the path. And I mean, don't tell me that then again, you know, that's,
Right.
but when those situations start to show themselves as I get older, like I can at least have that memory of how I felt then and how I was proud of myself and the way I responded. And usually, or hopefully, that's enough fuel to get through the next hurdle I have to.
I think I've grown enough for those situations. Like if they happen once, okay, I now have the awareness, I have the, knowledge, I can deal with this.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I got on the scale this yesterday and I was 226 pounds. I was 213 pounds at the beginning of this past week.
Yeah.
I put on 13 pounds this past week.
Hell yeah.
So I was sitting there and I'm going, dog, I've still been working out. I've still been doing my stuff. What the fuck what's this issue here? And I turned around and I went, Anastasia's been dealing with something this past week and she's been kind of, not around. She's dealing with her time of the month. It hit her hard. And I looked and I go, bro, you added so much fucking stress to yourself trying to do everything around here for the last week of you probably are holding so much fucking water weight and inflammation right now from just not releasing that cortisol or whatever the hell it is.
You right.
Of just, detoxing it.
Yeah.
And allowing myself to say, oh, dude, you're in this situation. You're okay.
We went to Walmart last week, and we were like, I picked you up to go change the car battery out, and you're like, I'm just getting these demons out of me. Like you're trying to get like the Epsom. I don't know if this is like the same situation, but you're like, I gotta get them out of me.
Yeah.
I gotta get these demons out of me, man. You're just sitting in the car, like like you were a doc. You're like, I could just feel like this dude is really set on cleaning the shit out of his body. Dude.
I was real dead set on doing parasite cleanses, dude. I just want to get these parasites the fuck out of me,
He
dude.
gotta say that's what he said. He gotta say, I want to get these parasites the fuck out of me. It's like he said it like 6 times. Like, dude, I feel it.
I was perfectly fine. I was doing everything, but my mental health was just shit, dude. Yeah. I was talking to myself shitty. I was feeling shitty. And I'm like, dude, you're doing everything on your fucking list. Everything that you want to feel success, you're doing it. What the fuck's wrong? I was sitting here going, it's these bitch ass parasites. They fucking with me, dog. They want more sugar. I had to put it on something. So it can't be on me. Can't be on me.
Never.
It ain't never me. It ain't never
But
me.
no, thinking about that situation is now I can sit here and go, okay, if I have another week, which I'll drop these 13 pounds this week easily. If I have another week where I go through this situation and I get pissed off and fuck this. Just what the fuck is she doing? Bro, what the hell's wrong with you? You already know this is going to happen. You have this awareness. If it happens twice, that's a different situation.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like now, like I've grown enough where one shitty situation, okay. But when I relive that loop a second time and I didn't learn the lesson, I start going, come on, dog, get your shit together.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the consequences are harder the second time around.
Yeah.
And the third time around, the fourth, and then that's just your life.
It's harder for you to get back to center because you keep pushing yourself farther and farther down.
Yeah, you're out in right field, dude.
Without a glove and shit.
Yeah, you got a glove. You're using a
Without a
beer
glove.
cup. You're trying to catch it with a
Fucking
plastic cup.
Out there lost.
So I think
good
for
luck.
like the second part of this is how did that change the way you approach your goals? For me, I'm now giving myself that opportunity and time for calibration to actually happen.
Yeah.
That version of me that I want to become, I'm giving it the time to actually calibrate into who I have to be, that frequency, that vibe, that essence, that aura of that version. That was not the version of me prior to taking these notes. I might have been doing that subconsciously, but me now going forward, sit there and you're like, oh, yeah, that's how we're going to do
I
this
told
shit.
you I had to delete a couple times. I'm like, I'm journaling. I'm like, wait, that ain't true. Hold up. Let me go back. Restart. Like you did that, but that's not you. Like that's not the right path to take on that question. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? That's the hardest thing that a lot of people do is they're not honest with who they are and where they are on their journey, spiritually, physically, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You have to be honest with yourself. Like if you can be honest with where you are and who you are, you can kind of ground yourself and to put yourself into a situation where, like you said, like how did that change the way you approach goals? Giving yourself some grace and some honor at the same time. It's like, okay, I can fuck up, but it don't have to define me.
Yeah.
Like if I lose this today, it's not forever.
Yeah.
And then keeping those goals set, just knowing that they're still there, but they're not, you have to make sure you retouch it, but not lose. So like you said, get so far away from center that you don't even know what the original fucking goal was. You don't even know what you set out to do. You're so far left or right that you're like, fuck, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I've been there so many times where you just don't know what you're doing, but you have to stay goal oriented.
Yeah.
That's just it. Like even if it's small, set one fucking goal. I've done it before. It's like, all right, I got this crazy fucking week going. Not the week. Monday, bro. What's Monday?
Yeah.
Deal with Monday first. Dichotomize Monday, and then deal with the rest of your week as it flows. And then be true to who you are mentally. Like you said, make sure your mental space is right. And then you can get through all that shit without putting yourself in that rut of, here we fucking go again. Now you just lose yourself, man. Like you try not to, and that's easier said than done. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell everybody in the world, oh, don't lose yourself. No shit, Sherlock. No fucking shit. I'm trying not to lose it every fucking day here.
Yeah.
But it's knowing it. Like you said, like knowing it, being aware and saying, okay, not today. No, Satan, not today, motherfucker.
Well, we're all from Western Pennsylvania. We've all played in a creek, right? You've played in a creek?
Oh, no. You said it right, the creek.
Yeah, the creek,
The creek, baby.
And I think about playing in a creek as a young kid trying to catch a tadpole or a minnow.
Yeah, a little
And
crayfish
as soon as you muddied those waters, it was a pain in the ass to execute what you were trying to do. And for me, that's what I've had to do. When you talked about honesty, there are so many times when I have muddied the freaking waters on thinking that you're growing, man. You're doing the do.
got this.
You wrote one fucking line and you're checking off that you journaled today. Okay, that's fine.
Damn, I've been
That's
there.
fine. That's fine, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, you did 50 push-ups. You did 50 like scat push-ups.
You ain't
didn't do no 50 deep
You
push-ups.
ain't workout, motherfuckers.
Right. Those muddying the water where you're like, oh, well, I checked off 10 things off my to-do list today. Motherfucker, how hard did you do those? How much did you actually execute those 10 things? Where one thing executed to your fullest extent probably would have been a lot better than 10 things half-assly executed or the waters muddied a little bit where it's like, this is kind of a gray area. Do I give myself the check? Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to give myself the check today.
Yeah, then you end up wasting your time, too.
Exactly.
You end up wasting so much fucking time where you could have just took your time, did it right the first time. Using your analogy, like how many times you hunt for salamanders and shit in the creek and you like, I'm going to grab this motherfucker. And you take your time. Like you done caught a million of them. You take your time. You lift that motherfucker up slow. Don't muddy the water. Then you get your little bucket or whatever, your little scoop ready, and you go in slow as fuck. Practice patience. You've done it before,
Right.
But it's in the moment. All right, circumstance too. Like, all right, do I got to hurry up and get home before dinner? Like, all those things come into play. Now you got circumstances changing, the variables and shit all changing, but that you still have to remain. Because if I start rushing now, I'm still behind. Now I'm even further in the fucking hole. Just take your time and do shit right the first time. It's so hard for people to fathom that thought. It's like, take your fucking time and do it right the first time.
Well, I think about, for instance, like us working on the podcast, even as an example. You sit here and you're like, man, I want to make these clips perfect. You're like, bro, you got a lot of other shit on your plate to sit here and be like so concerned about making these clips to where like, oh, well, the transition didn't really feel right there. Oh, the pace doesn't really feel great. It's like
Stanley Kubrick.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. It's a clip, dog. You're just trying to promote your podcast. You're trying to get someone to come listen to the full big ass fucking thing that you work so hard on. You spent all this time. You're going to sit here and nitpick the little tiny details. Okay, dog. That's cool. Once you get the opportunity this is your full-time gig. This ain't your full-time gig, bud. So you're allowed to give it the half time.
You could treat yourself. It's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. You're allowed to. You don't have to be murdering yourself, executing yourself to execute.
Oh, the executioner. He doesn't have no emotions.
No, he does. He has nothing. He's there to do his job, and he is there to accomplish the beheading.
I don't feel like it.
Not today, my lord.
My lord, I do not feel like chopping the head off of the peasant. Not today. I had a bad day.
My sword hand.
Not today. I had a bad day.
I had a bad day today, my lord.
My sword hand runneth.
I'm feeling a little under the weather.
That's funny as hell. You imagine that back in them days. Sire, I cannot chop anyone today, and my sinus is sick. He's like,
Papa.
kill him. Something's wrong with him.
Yeah, get the new executioner out here.
We need a new executioner. Something's wrong with him. He's fucking done.
Oh, God.
So-
executing the executioner. Anyway,
Number 2 of the
speaking
day.
of not feeling like it.
What does execution look like when motivation is gone and discipline is the only thing left?
I don't feel like it. No, comfort's my jam, bro. I love it.
Comfort your
Oh,
jam?
I love it, dude. Nice pillow, nice little blanket. Not waking up at 5 in the morning. Do things before work. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the things that feel easy in the moment are the things that I really enjoy, and they probably cost me later. So like, oh, just sitting on the couch, not doing the shit I need to do, eating fast food, eating the quick shit, like the instant gratification, and like the things that feel hard in the moment are probably exactly what I should be doing, like 50 push-ups. I tried to do air squats on Friday. I said, oh, Zach's doing air squats. Maybe I should try to do some squats. Dude, I haven't been able to walk for 2 days. I did 50 squats. Oh, man. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt my ego. It hurt my fucking body, dude. Because I went, I don't think I've been this weak. And that sucks. But, like, you have to be okay with that sucking. Like, as you get older, it's kind of just retaining, like, the idea that, like, okay, if I continue to do this stuff, like, I will get gratification out of it. It's just not going to come today at all. And in the healthy discipline, like I found, isn't like I have to. It's more of the identity thing. I think that's where I've been lacking, is that I don't feel like I actually identify with the actions. I just think that I should be doing them because I should be doing them. Someone put that idea in my head. One of those things. I feel like when you lose the identity, or it doesn't align with who you are, regardless if that's who you want to be or not, if you're just going to overwhelm yourself with these things that like aren't the little steps to get to building up that fortitude of that person being actually you and not just, I want to be that person, then that's where the difference is made.
Yeah. Here's the checklist of how to be a gym bro.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there going, if having to grunt all the time is a part of that list, I don't know if I want to be a part of it. You know?
Hey, yo, that's why I don't watch fucking with ladies tennis. I can't stand that shit.
Oh, wait till you watch men's tennis and they do the
it's
same
even
thing.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this. I can't listen to motherfucking grown ass men going raw. I just can't do it. Off topic, but I thought about what you said.
He said, nah, it's a struggle.
Thank you for sharing.
I feel it, bro.
Yeah, but I think with emotion, like without having a strong emotion towards it, I kind of don't have the drive, man. I can't get myself to go do it. So like emotion, I think for me comes with identity and who I am, and that drags me to go do things. Like when I get on the bike when it's nice out, that's a part of me. So I don't even look at it as exercise. I just look at it as part of me. Like that's always part of me. Everyone knows that's part of me. And I'm not looking for people to think, oh, this is part of me. And I think that's also something I struggled with, that like I always need a fucking, there he is. There's Derek. He woke up. he showered before he had to leave for work, and he packed his lunch. Everybody stand up. Come on, Derek Woodard, everybody.
Damn.
And that's not it, bro. That's like, it might help. Like, it might give you a little like boost, but like when you're doing the right shit, eventually the right people are going to notice anyway, and they're going to hype you up for it. You don't need that cheering section every day, especially for the things you should be focused on. If you have a cheering section, you probably aren't doing the right things.
Yeah, but how many times, like, I'm not saying that I experienced this, but I'm just thinking about, like, how important education is in that piece of the puzzle. You know, I'm sure there's someone out there who had a teacher that was like, great job getting to class today, guys. Real excited for all of y'all to come into class today. You guys are all superstars. I didn't even fucking do anything yet. I just walked in the door.
Participation
I'm a
award.
superstar just for being here? Hell, this is kind of a cool area. I can hang out here if I could be a superstar all the time. So that was me. Like, I was in this constant struggle of, I can really lock in on something and I can really go horse and blinders mode. But then I miss all of the balance, all of the maintenance that I need to be doing for either the rest of my life. I turn around and go, man, you've been working so hard on all this stuff, but your walls are dirty in your house and you feel uncomfortable when you see them. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, where are we going with this, man? And so I feel like I have had to become a bouncer for myself. Like, my life is like a nightclub and I'm the bouncer who's like, nah, that shit, we ain't even going to allow that in here right now. Because if I start thinking about that, that's going to plague the shit out of my mind. I have to sit there and basically like stop. I'm not allowing myself to feel those emotions today. Yeah. And that can be one of those places where you can look at that as potentially being like, well, aren't you just removing all emotion out of it? And if you're removing all emotion out of it, what's left? I don't know. And I would say just the execution, just the executing what you're supposed to be doing for me is that's what builds this difference when there's no discipline. That motivation to build the discipline is just you either do it or you don't. And I know that's like, okay, motherfucker, that's pretty cliche.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Nailed it.
Episode's over. Execution. You either do it or you don't.
No, it ain't that simple.
But it ain't that simple.
Yeah.
And that's where the pieces of the puzzle of I had to become that bouncer for myself and treat my body like it's a nightclub of no, we ain't going to let that come in, because if I let those emotions come in right now, then it ain't even, there is no drugs in the world that could pull me into that dark place that I'll put myself into for the next month if I allow those things to come into my reality right now.
Yeah.
Start beating myself up is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I just we've been talking about it pretty big on this episode, is taking the time to allow it to unfold, allowing the opportunities to be shown to you. You know, I had a funny idea this past week of, do you mind grabbing that spiral notebook on the top there, Jeff? So I thought about life as in, this is the book of me, okay? And let's say that I've lived that amount of life so far. This is what I've experienced. This is what I have left to write. This is the story. This is the script that's left of my life. And every single time I take the opportunity to plant an idea into what I want to experience in the rest of that script, the page starts opening and unfolding, and the universe starts writing the script on the next page. And it's saying, Zach, this is how the story has to unfold. You want to become this guy who runs Scooby Ruby Media? This is how the story unfolds. And the second that I go, I'm not that guy, I close the book. That doesn't resonate with me. Nah, I'm not that. Fuck that. I could never be that. That's where I'm talking about giving myself the opportunity and the grace to allow these versions of me that I want to calibrate into my life. Not sit here and constantly be closing the book on myself of going, well, I had to wake up and go to a job that I don't like again. I'm never going to run my own business. How does that correlate? Yeah. That doesn't correlate.
Yeah.
Going to work and showing up every day means that you can show up every day. So all you have to do is give it the time and the opportunity for where you're showing up to recalibrate into the version that you want to be.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, it can make sense, but it also can seem like, what kind of run-on tangent did this guy just go on when he was talking about when discipline is gone and motivation has to set in?
Yeah, no, I think you just nailed it having to be a part of you and your identity.
To motivate, just, you get back into that cycle. You got to go back in and give yourself that little motivational tap again. It's like, hold up, bro, you just running on fumes and doing whatever you want. You just doing anything. Hold, bro.
Yeah,
get some motion going on with that.
Yeah.
You know?
So how about yourself?
See, we just kind of nipped at some of it, doing what you, like for me, doing what I have to do to survive. Like, you know what I mean? Things that you know you have to do to avoid extreme consequence. Like, and I will just give you a perfect example, like going to work every day. Like, you kind of nipped it. Like, you go to work every day, you get up, or guess what? If you don't get up and go to work every day, guess what happens? You don't get to pay your mortgage and you get to fucking be homeless. You understand what I'm saying? So you learn those. I kind of talked to you like before the show, like getting into those ruts where you disciplined to get up, you disciplined to go to work, you know you have to do it, you do a great job at work. You have zero fucking motivation to get up and go back and do that shit again, even though it was a successful day. I had a great day. I woke up, I like you said, I fucking got some of my goals accomplished. I'm trying to grow my career. You know, I fucking did some learning at work to, you know, work my way back towards my, you know, degree. I'm finishing up school. I'm, you know, doing all these things to try to grow positive. But you getting stuck in that rut sometimes, you know, that's the motion you need to lock the fuck in, like you were saying. Like you go back to those ruts. You almost start depending on those ruts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've done it. Like the consistency with that reliability of it. You know, being able to rely on that rut. Like, all right, I'm not right mentally. Like, the one thing I can count on to get myself back on track is doing the things that I know I fucking need to do. And that, like you said, something just simple as, like you said, getting up, going to work every day, putting, you know, that right there, that gives you the basis to do the basic fundamentals of life. Have your rent paid, have, you know, food on the table, shit like that. But you take that for granted really easily if you can't handle your fucking business. It's tough, but like I said, I told you, sometimes you need that rut to pull you out. And that's what I've done all the time. Like you go through that. Like there's no motivation. And the only thing that's giving you anything positive is being disciplined to stay on some track so you can't fall all the way off the rails. I mean, we've all been there before. Like one bad day at work turns into a bad day at home on Tuesday, but for Wednesday, this week's all fucked up. I'm mad at the world. Fuck this week. It's a rabbit hole. Before you know it, you're fucked. You're cooked. You're having a bad week. All over, no motivation to do nothing. But like for me, if I get back on that rut, I like to call it, you know what I mean? Like of just staying consistent with something, it'll allow me that when I come out of that funk, whatever it is, I can see the consistency coming, and all right, I got something I can build off of. Let me get one positive. Let me get two positives. Let me rebuild a week. Let me rebuild a month, instead of getting myself so fucking tore down and then being able to reflect on that. You might change your perspective. Instead of saying, man, I fucking hate my job. You know, wait a minute. This job is giving me discipline, structure. I might hate it, but this is job, or it's giving me, or whatever it is. It may not have to be a job. It could be whatever you do. Riding your bike, whatever fucking you love. Like, I take care of people for a living, so I talk about my job probably a lot, more than people probably care to know, but I take care of people for a living, so that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I get into that rut of getting up, going to work, taking care of my patients, I can get out of that space of, you know, I can get back on track if I have to.
Dude, that's the buffalo, man.
Yeah, you got to remember the reason why you do it, and hopefully the why aligns with you.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
If the why doesn't, then you're shit out of luck.
Fuck yeah. But see, for me, I love to like I said, like, for me, my work, I can do that with my job. Some people can't. Like, some people don't fucking like their job. They hate it. Like, I don't hate my job. I hate the company. I fucking love my job. I love what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the using the ruts as a positive,
dude, you
instantaneously made me think of the buffalo and how the buffalo literally run to the storm. Mm-hmm. They run to the storm to run through it because they know that the storm's coming. Mm-hmm. So it's better to just fricking go full on force to get through it rather than just sit inside of it and just let it wallow over you.
Yeah. Why make it worse?
Yeah. Why run from the rut? Yeah. Why not run to the rut?
Well, and think about it. Like, you talk about them running to the storm, it's consistency too. Like I talk about, like, they know that when they do that, it's consistent. The same approach, we know what we're going to get. It's a storm coming, but if we approach it the same way, we always done. Take the same precautions. Get Jimmy and Billy over there. Y'all get your ass in the back. We gonna form this formation and we going, baby. You know, this, whatever their names is. You know.
Hell yeah. No, I love it, man.
Derek's like, yeah, all right, motherfucker.
Yeah, Darnold, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. You gonna keep rolling here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Number 3 of the day is, have you ever burned yourself out
seeing ghosts
by trying to execute through force instead of strategy? And the second part is, what did that teach you? And I would say that, honestly, I might as well have been called Hulk Smash for how many times I thought I could just plow through life with sheer willpower and grit, and that was gonna, I'll just keep, put the hammer to the grindstone, and we'll just keep going. We don't stop. Yeah,
That don't work.
that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Real bad.
I'm gonna just keep blowing through doing shit without doing it my way. I'm just
Right.
gonna keep chiseling the way.
And I've taken into stock how important that clean, precise strategy can allow you to, like, I'm sitting here thinking about chiseling and a hammer. And if I sit here and the gold is right here and there's a specific way to hit this right above it to be able to get that gold to drop out, and I'm just going whack, 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 whack all over the place instead of just that clean tink, tink, tink. That clean, precise versus that sheer just, I'm going to put everything I got at it. We're going to get this son bitch out. That don't work. That has not worked for me.
No, never. It goes back to what we were talking about. Like you could fucking take your time, or you could fucking keep doing it fucked up over and over. Go ahead, keep fucking it up.
So having structure for me allows that hammer to strike the nail cleanly. You know, hitting that. I love that game. I love the game. Is that hammer or is that nails? What's the game?
Stomp.
Stomp. Stump.
Oh, shit.
Great game. Stump is literally a game where everyone's just around a stump.
Okay.
You put a nail in, you got to flip the hammer over, catch it, and you're smacking someone else's nail into the stump.
Okay.
And so if you get someone else's nail into the stump, they're out.
You gonna have to show a brother that because
It's a great
I
game.
don't know nothing about that.
That's
It's
about
a fun
a
game.
12 beer deep game.
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta get honey roasted. and do
Yeah.
that.
You don't have to be, but
It sounds like
I
much
mean,
more fun.
you might as well.
Okay.
Get a really
You have to
sharp,
be.
get a really sharp back end to the hammer. Don't have like a clean hammer so that when you start getting real jacked up,
Damn.
Nah,
I got to wear
Yeah, it's-
I got to wear working gloves to
Yeah.
play this game.
yeah, basically, safety glasses. But if you hit that nail so clean on the head with that clean, precise, it'll strike it so nice and deep down in and smoothly. And those are the things I am still refining that system, man, because building this structure. Sure you are. I might as well have been called Hulk Smash.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Hey man, for me, anytime I tried to do shit my way, and I'll give you a perfect example. Like for me, like trying to just like always being, smart for me, I feel like, I could figure most shit out. I'm not an idiot, but when I like started back to school, I just, they give you all this instruction. They give you nice, elaborate plans on, how to schedule your time, everything. You don't even have to try hard. Literally, you could just plug in and look at this shit, and it's very simple. No, what do? I'm good. I'm good. I'm smart. I could fucking, you want me to write a 3 to 5 page paper about some shit? Good. Don't worry about it. I'll write that fucking thing. I'm good. Then I started getting fucking bad grades on these papers, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is like writing papers. Like, how hard could this be going back to school? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing shit Jeff's way instead of the fucking way that they're telling me to do it. There's a whole fucking agenda, everything, dude, laid out fucking simple as 1, tie your shoe. 2, that fucking simple instructions to follow.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't read it. I just wouldn't do it, bro. I'll do it my way. Dude, and what fucking turned for me, I got this teacher, bro. She gave me a fucking 0 on one of my papers. She didn't even fucking read it. I looked at my little, you get like an email when you get your grades, and it'll fucking tell you like, your grade. You kind of get a glimpse of, how you did.
Yeah.
Man, it said 0. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't have done that bad. Like 0? I called her, dude. Like they have their little number to the email. I fucking sent this professor an email. I said, please call me. Like, what's going on? You know what? She humbled me, bros. And it was weird. It was an older black lady. Like she was like, oh yeah, I'll call you. Give me your number. I gave her my number. She must have picked up, I was black, she gave me the little black mom speech. She goes, oh baby, don't worry about it. I'll teach you how to do what we need to do. And then she sat there and broke it down for me. She said, I want you to open up this tab and that tab. She said, see right there where it says, it was like some key word. She was like, those are the words that our professors be looking for? Like these like outlines that we give you, these is like the competencies we check. This is the plan I said, oh, that's when I said, oh man. You just been doing what you just been doing whatever the fuck you wanted to do, bro. You was on a course of destruction. What are you doing? That's nuts, bro. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like she showed me that, and I was like, dude, I swear to God, I was writing about medication errors, and that wasn't even the paper was, it was nothing about that. There was nothing about med errors. She was like, you see how you're talking about med errors here? She's like, Jeff, look at the outline. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're not even supposed to be writing about this. I'm like, oh, shit. There's attachments you can click to open up windows and shit. I didn't know.
Yeah.
There's videos they record to tell you about the assignment, what they want you to get out of it, how you should approach the assignment if you want to get the best grade. I said, they make those? Like, the fuck? But you know, I say all that to say, when I started to pay the fuck attention and build a plan and a strategy, you know, you can execute shit. And it taught me to slow the fuck down, read instructions, pay attention, no matter what it is in life. You know, schoolwork, whatever. Sometimes you just need to slow the fuck down and pay attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it sounds like simple as hell, but like honestly, like I had to get humbled. Like just doing shit your way always ain't the right way. And that sounds easy to just, oh, you can't do things your way in life. Obviously, but we all do it. Like we're all guilty of, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. I don't care if D know the way to get ripped in 6 months. I'm doing it my way. I don't give a fuck. He got ripped in 6 months, so what? I don't care. He got a plan. He got to give me the plan, what to eat, everything. He did it already. It's proved. No, I'm just going to do it my way because I feel like I could just do better my way.
Yeah.
Sometimes just, you know, being honest with yourself and giving yourself that, you know, you can achieve much more if you just slow up.
That takes getting your ego in check.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I've been there, dog.
You got to get stroked so many times.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it. I'm sitting here going, "Oh, I'm gonna build this media company. I don't need to reach out to anybody and hit anybody up and see like, oh, hey, what are the things I should be worried about? Or is there any paperwork I should be doing?"
Nah. But you know what it comes in though is like for me, the last thing on that for me is like I'm playing catch up now. I'm in school now. All the shit that I should have just slowed down, took my time. I could have been done with school months ago, bro. I'm wasting time trying to do shit the way I wanted to do it. I had to learn, you know what I mean? I can execute and get everything that I wanted to get done in this less time or the same amount of time with more positive results. It just takes you to get there. You have to get, like you said, burned so many times before you go, I can't do that no more. Like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I'm not only am I not paying attention, I'm fucking taking L's left and right over this shit. You get tired of taking L's and you fucking lock in and get your shit together, man. Yeah. It's hard to digest that shit, man.
I think the nice thing is when you take that time or you actually put in the stock to slow down, you find out that there's only one thing that you can control. Yeah. And it's your breath. Yeah. And you get that opportunity to sit there and realize, oh, wow. That's why I'm still here. I still get to do all this shit? Yeah. Okay, all right, cool. Now we're good. We can move on.
Hey, you said take one breath at a time.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I can control is how hard or fast I'm breathing. Am I breathing smooth and rhythmically to where it's a nice, comfortable flow? Or what we've all seen is when we start to get heated, it's it's the hot chest, it's the quick, short breaths, it's the not taking the time. And it's so funny because I think about the fact of how quick you're taking those breaths is how quick you're giving yourself the opportunity to think, to execute back.
Yep.
So if you're taking that time to go versus fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You just start hitting them with all those what are those quick venoms that you can shoot, those quick darts that you can throw at that time to protect yourself? Because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to protect yourself because you're trying to control your emotions at that point in time or control the situation when all you had to do was control yourself and your breath, and all the rest of that takes, the thing we were talking about earlier of how hard is it to actually take that time to go, hey man, you punched me in the face. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, you all right, bro?
Like, my jaw's broke right now, but like, are you okay? Because like, there's obviously something going on with you versus being the guy who's like, all right, motherfucker, now you're about to feel some real wrath.
We ready to tear this bitch up.
Yeah, you might have got one lucky punch, but I'm about to Hulk smash. Okay. So yeah, that. How about yourself, there?
Yeah.
Muchacha?
I think for me, I thought about something I've already said on this podcast too, which is just and I've elaborated on it already, so I won't go too far deep, but just the idea of faking it till you make it. So if I just want to like be someone, I'll just become them like overnight, and I'll just make the list, and I'll say, I'm going to work out. Here's what I'm going to do. I didn't do a fucking thing all week, but here's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to work out. I'm going to make my lunch. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to have a great day. I'm not going to let anything affect me. I'm going to come home. I'm going to eat, make dinner. I'm going to read. I'm going to work on the podcast. I'm going to shower. I'm going to be asleep by fucking 10 o'clock. I'm fucking burnt out already.
So you better not
I'm burnt out right in that list. That's what happens. I make the list. I say, what a great idea. And then I don't do any of it.
Thanks for explaining multiple years of my life.
Yes. Beautiful. I make the list and I go, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. And that's brute force, I think, for me. Is like I'm trying to change myself overnight. And what I'm not doing is building an identity through like intentionality and like repetition. And like that's what it is. It's identity isn't through brute force. Like if I want to build myself into a new version of me, it's not through like intensity or like I gotta go do this all right now. Right now, I gotta change everything right now. Like force is like become that person now, and then strategy is like, no, I want to become that person on a daily basis. I want to wake up and every day, it's not even a thought anymore. Like I am that person. And I think for me, I've just been more focused on like not adding like bullet points as to what I need to do to have a good day. I think just I can decide along the way what a good day is for me. And as long as I can look back after and say, you know what, when problems arose, you took care of them, not through emotion, but through like logic and taking a deep breath. And, you know, you did actually cook dinner and wash the dishes after. Like, great job, dude. And like you snuck a workout in. Maybe you didn't read today. That's okay. Did it. Now we're going to do it again tomorrow. And it's kind of exactly what you said, is those little Derek-size steps, not Jeff's idea of what they are. So that's what I was thinking. What you saying is like, yeah, your ego could keep you in check of like, I want to do this my way, and realizing you can get bounced on that. But on the other side, I think that you could definitely use that in a positive manner and do things your way and approach things in your manner and understand that you're a different person. What got me ripped in 6 months actually probably won't get you ripped in 6 months. It's probably something completely different, to be honest. So like for me, it's the understanding of it's more out of being intentional and not out of being emotional in a subject.
Yeah. Allowing yourself to, you know, I don't want to say the horse in blinders, but it is sort of that. It is sort of allowing yourself to put those, you know, blockers on that aren't going to allow you to see all those things that would pull you off the track.
Well, like, and if I'm just doing things out of emotion, it's like, oh, I feel sorry for myself and I need to make a change and high and mighty. Like, that's not going to last. Like, it's not. But like going and like remembering why I'm doing this. When I wake up and I don't want to do this, but then you remember why. Like, oh, well, you don't like the way you feel or look, or you want to do this for yourself because you want to grow a healthy lifestyle, or this is going to help you build discipline in other pockets. And this is just the framework you need to build. And like that intentional thought process, I think, would benefit me more, as opposed to like, oh, I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this is who I think I want to be. Like it's just like you're giving yourself some like fake ass rah speech at that point.
Yeah, you faking it.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, and I think there's even something we said about having to like. I think I'm sometimes, I don't want to say too intelligent. That's crazy, but sometimes I just like am too aware of myself that I need to get to the point of like where I start to trick myself. I need to start outthinking my own brain. It doesn't even make sense, but like I do have to find pockets like set myself up for success and like make it a healthy, intentional way, not out of like, you know, I got to wake up and like do this because like the way I'm feeling is making me want to do it, or the way that I look at myself in a negative manner or something makes me want to do it. Like not for lack of doing, but more for because I want to do, or I want this to be part of me.
I think we found a pretty interesting topic for going forward on the podcast, which is calibration. Yeah. I think we definitely need to talk about that at some point in time. And honestly, I think that can be broken down into multiple facets of calibration. Yeah. How do I start to even recognize that I want to calibrate myself into someone else? Then how the hell do I start the process? And what does the process look like to actually potentially be successful on that recalibration?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that to me, like we've really been hinting around it. It's the allowing yourself, giving, how do you actually, whether it's positive, negative, whichever way you want to discern it, whichever
It's so
way your
hard, though. There's so
intention wants
many
to come
outside
at it.
factors, and like there's so much like under distractions alone and outside factors that like trying to recalibrate. Like I don't even know what that means for me. Like I don't know if all of us are even aware of how shot our nervous systems are from all the shit that is just part of how we're living our life now, as opposed to how we were living it 25 years ago.
Well, everybody worries about everything. Everybody's so fucking worried.
You're only supposed to know, I don't know, some bullshit statistic or factor. Like, you're only supposed to know, like, a couple hundred people. You're only supposed to be aware of, like, a couple hundred people at a time. I'm not supposed to know what Jim ate for dinner in South Carolina on Tuesday. Like, that's not
Right.
supposed to be how my brain works.
Right.
And it's just crazy to see, like, when you become hyper aware of literally everything, you're losing all feeling of yourself.
Yeah.
Well, then you try to control it all too. You're
Yeah.
aware of all these things, and then you try to control it all.
Start white knuckling.
Yeah,
Start.
it's like-
I gotta, because you don't know what. If you want to be a control of your outcome, you don't know where you're headed. Like that's what I've been guilty of too, and I think we'll get into that. The next question is a lot of like, just I need to control this, and like sometimes, most of the time, the over controlling is the worst thing you could do, not just letting it be, letting it come to you, because you think that. Okay, if I could control it and just squeeze it into this outcome, it's always going to come out to that exact product. And A, that product might not be correct. And B, you probably are going to fuck it up. It's one of the two, and it's just not the right way as opposed to just letting the universe come to you.
Yeah. The being the water
Yeah.
that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Just flowing.
Yeah.
Just constantly allowing all the ebbs and flows of life to come at you. I think that argues the concept of, do we have free will or not? And that was something that we've talked about before. But, staying in check with the conversation that we're having today, we dive into question number 4, because it's really going along the lines of what we're talking. How do you personally stay aligned with your vision when progress feels invisible and no one is checking in on you? I mean, I really have found benefit in personal trackers. Personal trackers, though, take a lot of time. Personal trackers take a lot of, whether it's paper or it's just time.
First of all, I don't even want to do it.
That's
now you
more
got
work
me
to do.
tracking it.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't even
wanna
want to do 50 push-ups. You're telling me I got to write it down after?
Yeah.
Sound like my job right now. That's
Yeah.
what they do to us. They make us write down all these fucking like things, like people that are interested.
When am I going to have time to do any of this?
We-
I'm just too busy writing it down.
Bro, we talk about it every week, and then like my boss said to me one day, was like, "Hey, do you know so and so's getting ready to start?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been telling y'all for 3 fucking weeks on this piece of paper that y'all got me writing." Oh man, you getting a nerve with it. Oh my god, bro. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Apparently.
Oh, I know. Oh, too fucking well, bro.
The steam blowing out his ears
Yeah.
immediately.
Well, then how do you stay aligned?
Dude, again, like I told you, back to the grind, like keeping myself focused, like that vision of keeping my eyes on the prize. Like, what am I really doing this for? Like I said, like I love taking care of my patients. Like, so I stay with it. I need to take care of my family. Obviously I got bills and shit to pay. That's what keeps me aligned, is like making sure I keep my eyes on the prize and enjoying the process of the journey and not the result. Okay, like you know what I mean. That's no matter what you put that to. It's like whatever entity you want to apply that to. It's like you focus on the small intricacies of the journey to get to where you're going, and more or less not focus on the end result. You know, that will allow you, you know what I mean, to, when nobody's checking on you, stay the course. And for me, I'll reward myself for something. Like, it sounds silly as hell, but like I'm going, like I talked about that rut, right? I'll put myself into that rut. I'm working, going to school, doing everything I need to do. And I'm like, what are you going to do for you? Reward yourself to give yourself some grace for you. And that'll take you out of that. For me, it takes me completely out of that feeling like nobody's checking on me. Oh, poor me. Like I need somebody, like Derek was saying earlier, I don't need a cheer section all the time. Yeah, it's good every now and then to say, have somebody go, "Hey, good work, bro. Appreciate you." Not every fucking day. Like, or not, you know, there's nobody gonna be there every day patting you on the back saying, "Hey, you know, you got those goals you set for yourself. Stay in line with the vision. I'm not here every day saying, attaboy. How the fuck am I locking in and staying focused? Like for me, like I said, I need to clear my mind. I need to take care of my mental health. That's rewarding myself. So instead of bring myself out of that stressful, I'll put myself into a rut. Focus on the things that need to stay consistent in your life. Okay, that's handling my fucking business, making sure I can eat and sleep some fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
Making sure, people around me are happy. That's important to me. Making sure I handle my business, and then, that making sure that I can get into that rut and put myself with some consistency so that if I need to fall back on or off, it's not as bad as a fall. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's easy to fall. Like we all gonna fall. We all gonna have issues. Shit's gonna happen. But like if you can try to keep some things in your life fucking consistent, and that's that rut I tell you about. Like those, whatever it is for you. I don't care if it's I'm gonna get up and ride my bike 20 minutes in the morning every day. Do that shit. Make that your rut.
Yeah.
And that's your consistency. So no matter what the fuck I'm going through, no matter how I need to stay aligned, I got this one thing that always going to keep me somewhat grounded, whatever it is. I don't care if you got to wake up and listen to gospel for 5 minutes, whatever it is, whatever you do, stay consistent with that shit and make that the thing that not allow you to get on and off track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what works for me, dude. Like, honestly, like, and it sounds so easy and simple, but like I said, the consistencies in life is what allows us to say that to get on and off. It's like a train on a track. Like, if it's going slow enough, you could hop on, hop off as much as you need to, but don't let it speed up. That's a problem, man. That's where, like, for me to stay aligned, I just need to make sure I can stay consistent, bro. I know it sounds stupid as hell, but
no, I love it because that is something that I was so bad at. And I had to consistently listen to a song called Damn Fine Coffee because in that like lo-fi song, the guy comes in for just a short period of time and he goes, every day, you got to make sure to give yourself one special little gift every day.
I never heard that before, but that's great.
And he said, and sometimes it's just 2 cups of black, damn good coffee. It's just like, whatever that might be, whether that's a cat nap in your chair at the office, whatever it might be, give yourself that one thing that allows you to keep going. What is that thing that you do for you that you said?
I'll throw my video game on. I'm not a big reader. I'm not a big, I'll chill with my dog. I'll lay on the ground with him and play with him. I'll fight with him. I'll jump on the ground, wrestle with my dog. Play my video game.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Fix something around the crib that I've been fucking supposed to do 10 years ago.
Yeah. The Migos, I think the Migos had a song called Rap Saved My Life or Rap Saved Me.
Something like
Is that
right,
I'm pretty sure it's on the album with the dog.
Yeah.
But they got a song called Rap Saved Me.
Yeah.
Rap fucked me up, dog.
Yeah.
Because rap music, I love it. I'm not going to say I don't. But when them motherfuckers are singing and chanting, well, I ain't taking a vacation until I fucking make it and shit like that, dog, that shit, I fucking sucked up that mentality. I ain't taking a vacation until I make this shit happen for myself. And what the fuck are you doing?
But you know what though? You see their successes though.
Yes.
Like, you see what the fruits of that is. So like you don't shit on. I mean, in the back,
I'm not shitting
no,
on
right?
it.
You're not. No. I know you right. But you nobody you in your mind you don't shit on it. But like you go, well, it did work. Like fuck,
Exactly.
It's like, it did work though. Fuck.
But you're not seeing all the shit that they did.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Say, you never see what people do, the work people put in behind closed doors, like to get where they are. And I think that's the biggest thing. Is like some people have things that they have in their closet that they keep to themselves, and some people just express who the fuck they are and they don't care. But like there's something that come with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that was my big thing for me was I love these trackers. And I love being able to go back to them and look.
Do you have a
and
tracker
see.
for your tracker?
I don't have a tracker for how many times I've tracked myself.
I think that's the next
That's
step.
the next step, I guess.
I need to know how many times I'm not fucking up.
We got to know how many times I didn't track today.
Yep. For me, Jeff just actually nailed it. Like quiet, real growth. Like doing this, like the journal type stuff and writing and even if I did it on my own, which I've been trying to do more, or doing the workout that I'll tell everyone about because I did it. Like, but not really. Like, I don't need to tell people that. And in the past, I have been guilty of the cheering section mentality. I want someone to like recognize the work I'm putting in, but like in all reality, it's supposed to just be me recognizing the work, and that mentality allows me to build stronger relationships with people around me and be more confident in my abilities and in myself. And what I have found is like that lack of accountability from outside. Like, why do I have to tie so much stuff to outside accountability? That the biggest gift of all is to have those like the most meaningful pockets of your growth not be tied to literally anyone else. Like, that's so awesome that I could just focus on my growth and I don't have to tell you fucking why or how or when or anything. It's just for me. And yeah, I can't be lazy about it, but I think on the other side, it's like it's nice to lean into that because it comes from a place of loving myself and not like doing it for somebody else's love.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different story.
We talked recently about how much it's kind of icky that people just have to get validation, putting their Stravas and stuff on their
Yeah.
social medias and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I like those like 2 likes I get. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look what I did.
right. I'm just once again, I'm
It-
not hating on it. I
Again,
do
does
it
it feel
too.
icky?
But
yeah.
no, I'm just.
Yeah.
I was sitting here and like I'm trying to do all this bike stuff with ZZ Sheffin, and I've been like working real hard to get to these races this year. And I've been sitting over here like I've been recording myself on this journey, but like I really don't want to like be posting on a regular basis because I'm like I don't really want to feel like I need any validation from anybody
Yeah.
that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But on the other side, by not posting, I'm not showing brands how much I have available
Yeah. Like,
to be
unfortunately, that's
able
kind
to
of the game. You're not playing the game.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
So if I'm not playing the game, I'm benefiting myself personally because I know myself. I know who that ego might become. You know, let that motherfucker off a leash. He could become an interesting character.
Right.
But I'm sitting over here going, how do I balance this? Like, how do I find that? Because I want to quit my job. I want to do this all full time. And there's ways around finding the funding for that. But if I'm really doing this, like I'm probably going to have some, you know, relationships with different brands potentially to be able to say like, you know, we've got a bike brand that's hooking me up with bikes for that kind of stuff. Where do I find that happy balance? And that's the piece for me is trying to build my systems that I'm building. I'm really refining them. And as much as, cause we talked about building out like a habit tracker and stuff to basically give away online. And I'm sitting over here going, dog, I really want to do that. I'm so jazzed up about that. That's exciting. But I'm like, I don't know if I really have my shit fine tuned yet to be able to share. But that's where
That's literally growth. Like that's like share, fail, refine, get better, so on, so forth.
And as long as that open conversation, that open dialogue is from the beginning of the open-mindedness that, hey, look, I don't have all the answers, but together we could find the answers.
Yeah.
That's where I like that idea of growing. But for me, it's just so hard for me to take that place. And I might be a little bit ego, take that place to not be that person who might have the answers.
Yeah.
You know, well,
You're allowed to have the answers.
I guess basically you're putting yourself out there of I'm lacking. That's where the mentality is. It's a lack mindset in my brain of I don't have the answers to be able to give to these people. So why do I have any reason to be taking any type of monetary value back from them?
That's fair. Yeah.
That's where the juggling is.
Yeah. Don't go too far out the deep end. We literally built a podcast off of that idea.
No.
Don't trust me. Hey, don't look at me. I didn't say to do that.
Hey,
I didn't tell you to do that.
Hey, before and after, literally.
Yeah, right. But I think that's the whole point. And like we're not asking for anything from anybody right now. And like that's fine. I don't think we ever will. Like that's
it's
not
life
the point.
experiences. That's all it is.
That
Like
is,
you share experiences with people. Like you never know who you're gonna meet on the way up or down.
Yeah,
Like,
but there's something if Zach can teach me how to become more organized and I can teach Zach how to go out and sell his product better, then like it's just a mutual respect. There's a reciprocation there.
it's always nice when people from the outset, like I know it's kind of like weird to say like, oh, you should listen to people from the outset, but like sometimes like people like really like from like I told you about that the guy I was talking to at work, like he literally like 2 hours we sat there talking, and I'm like, he don't have to do any of this. Like this dude's like dropping free game, and like you could take that and run with it. And like, but some people just don't. Like you said, some people are like, "Oh, fuck is that? I think he's talking about." But or you could listen to what you want and take it. I mean, some people just out here dropping free game, man.
There's some things that I like to try to, as much as like, and I will say that this is all a deep, vulnerable, authentic dive. There's some things that I don't always share because I like to leave the specialness of them. For instance, you're involved in this one. For the longest time, I've sat there for years while doing this saying like, man, I wish someone would just come along who was like willing to help me on like the sales side of things. Like, I don't want to sell myself right now. Yeah. Like, I don't really know how to sell myself and that kind of shit. And for years, I kept getting pissed off. Like, man, why can't I just find someone to fucking do this shit with? Fucking Darnell Darnell over here comes out of the woodwork this past week and is like, hey, man, I really think, like, screw all this other stuff we're doing here of trying to, like, do these clipping and all that stuff for, like, other people. Dog, we need to sell your structure. Your ability to organize and structure is unheard of. Like, you have something here. We need to sell that.
'Tis nice.
And I was just like, whoa. You know, I could have sat in that situation and been like, nah, dog, that's not my focus. Like, I'm really focused on us growing the podcast. But it was, I opened up the opportunity. I asked for that years ago. It came to me. And now if I was to sit here and go, oh, dog, why are we focusing on that? Like, we were already like, no. Now you get those opportunities to have that execution correctly of going, whoa, I've experienced this before. Where I was like, nah, I kind of want to pull the reins in on that shit. No, fuck that. That's where we're talking about allowing life to come at you and moving with that water, that ebb and flow. Yeah. I didn't want to bust that spot up too much, but I wanted to bring that in because that was a perfect example. Yeah. But that was something that was very special and made my past week. Like, that was something big for me. That was one of the big things that happened this past week, which was really cool. So I would say, let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5 is execution about control, surrender, or trust. How has your answer to that changed over time? And execution is a controlled trust to surrender to the version of you that you are building and the version of you that you want to shed like a snake skin. Dog, I make these questions and then I make these questions and then I literally answer them like I'm on freaking mushrooms.
Ayahuasca when he made it. He was with A-Rod up in the cave and shit. He was up at the dark retreat.
Yeah, the dark retreat.
I like this thing. Zach actually does this like Jeopardy format where he comes up with his answer first and then forms the question around it. He's like, I want to say something about shedding snakeskin. How do I do that?
What is
snakeskin?
What is trust?
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead. Continue.
Carry on.
So my big thing is, I enjoy finding my shortcomings now, and that actually was not something that I was very appreciative of back in the day. You know, I was just talking about how, you know, being a coach of something has felt a little bit weird to me because I felt like I had to have all the answers. You know, I looked at the coaches that I had growing up as they had all the answers. You know, they always, anytime I'd go to them, they had some type of response. Well, now I'm 33 years old and can turn around and go, that motherfucker was just probably telling me something that was perfect for that time, right then and that second.
That motherfucker was winging it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because I realized how much all of us are really winging it when it comes down to life once you get a little bit older.
Ain't no script, baby.
Yes.
We writing it right now.
Exactly. And that, for me, has been, now I can see the growth and play with it. I can play with the growth as it's play. I looked at all these things as they were work. You know, execution was basically self-sacrifice to me. I was constantly sacrificing me to accomplish these things, whether it be school or, you know, a job or any of those types of, you know, aspects of my life. So in my eyes, I was constantly sacrificing play for work. And you mentioned falling in love with the journey rather than the success, or rather than the outcome, the result.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that is where I'm locking this in for me here of I can allow work to be play when I look at the growth of me as being this thing that I'm enjoying, this journey that I'm on, that I can go, wow, I was here, but then I was at point A, now I'm at point B. That's kind of cool. Oh shit, I can see that.
Yeah.
When you don't take that stock to see that, that's where I think you start to try to control execution, and it becomes a dark offshoot.
It becomes
for
a
yourself.
Weird old fucked up self-sabotage type setup. Like
Yeah.
that was the last thing I wrote about this question was like hiding myself behind the veil. And if I think so much so that I like am capable, I'm pretty honest that I think I'm pretty capable of doing whatever the hell I want at this point in my life. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. But also, like, not even being honest about, like, your journey and, like, the good and bad and the growth you've had. Like, I don't take enough stock in that. So if that's the case, then, like, how am I going to get to that third level, which I think it's trust. I think, like, the primal brute strength, that's control. That's me white-knuckling, like, I just gotta hold it. I gotta control it. I'm gonna take care of it. And just, it fucking explodes. You know, it's not gonna work. It was out of fear.
Pop the head off of Petey.
Yeah, Petey, yeah. Our pets' heads are falling off. Yeah. So yeah, I was gorilla gripping that bitch, and I just think that was just not the way to go. And I want to control everything, because if I controlled everything, then nothing could go wrong, which is just the stupidest thing you could think. Like that's how big is your ego to think that if you were in control of everything, then nothing would go wrong.
I'm God, bitch.
Yeah, I am God. That's it. You're pretty much God. If you think that you can control everything and everything will go out in exactly the way you plan, then you're an idiot. I'm sorry, you're an idiot. Depending on, for the most extent, I'm not going to go down that road, but to me, talking to me, I'm an idiot. Anyway, surrender is
the Grinch.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Oh, that's my shit. I love that movie.
I'll watch that movie right now. I don't give a shit. That shit is so funny. So like learning to, so first was the control, and then was the surrender, and then it transitions from me into trust. The surrender is more about just learning to like let the universe come to you, control what you can control. You can't control everything. That mindset is ridiculous. So just control what you can be honest with yourself that you are able to control. And like that might just be your breath in a situation where like I'm all jazzed up. My girlfriend got me doing some dumb shit. I love you, but maybe not dumb to me in that moment when I'm going, this is dumb. But if I just go, it's a pretty reasonable request.
It really wasn't even that serious.
Actually, all she asked for me was to get the bins out of the car so she could help pack up her shit. But me, you're always asking me to do things. Like, yeah, dude. What? So, and then
That's
like
funny.
the goal is eventually trust, and like you're trusting the process, you're trusting alignment, you're trusting that I built what I'm doing. Like I'm going to or I'm built for what I'm doing, I should say, is like that idea is like, if I truly believe I'm capable of doing whatever I want, then I shouldn't be so focused on trying to control every little part of an overarching outcome. I should just go about it in the way I see fit, control the things I know I should be able to control, and then there lies the outcome that it was always destined for me anyway. And I can trust that that's going to come to me the right way, as opposed to just strangling the bird.
Dude, you took these as levels.
Yeah.
Control into surrender into trust.
Yeah, I think control is like, yeah, you want to get the trust. I think trust is the highest one.
Okay.
Just trusting the way it comes to you. Trust that everything will work out the way it should.
Damn.
That was kind of a masterclass on that
I
one.
mean,
I like how he looked at it.
Well, I mean, for me, like honestly, like I kind of not the same way. I mean, but like, I mean, well, my man killed it, but like, you know what I mean? I don't even want to talk and shit. Gunshot. I'm done
Question
with
number
that.
6, man.
Question 6.
Jeff can't, just at the urinal, he can't perform. You know, when I can't pee when I'm in a public setting, I just start reading the name of the urinal backwards. You ever try to do that? Like, it was like I already know it's Sloan. I'll go Knowles.
I'm at that
then I'll
age
start
where I
peeing.
just piss. If I gotta piss
Bro.
wherever I'm at, I do it.
No,
I'm at that age. I just
can't,
piss.
bro. I go to a
gotta
Steeler game and I got freaking Jerry Sangria over here huffing down my neck. You done yet, son? I got to take myself out of that situation. Sorry, that was way off base.
Well,
Go ahead, Jeff. What were you
well,
saying?
number 5. So, no, listen. Like I'll be brief. Like I think all, like you said, all 3 of them they coincide. Like I told you, I went down a rabbit hole reading a Harvard research paper. Last night. Think about it. Like honestly, like you have to have like some form of all 3. But like for me, like I always wanted to like control everything. Like everything is about control. And then once you realize, like you said, you can't control every fucking thing, and you're just gonna burn yourself to the ground trying to control every fucking aspect, that you end up having to become your own micromanager, I call it.
Yeah.
That's where the trust part comes in. You have to start micromanaging your time. Like you said, like you said earlier, you build this list of shit you got to do and get done. And it's like, how the fuck are you ever going to accomplish anything?
Never gonna get
You have to start to trust certain things, right? Okay, I wake up every morning and make this, or I wake up every morning and do X. You have to stop accounting for that time. That is in stone. Stop counting that time. You understand what I'm saying? That's where people lose themselves. It's like, I'm going to control every fucking aspect that you're never going to get nothing done. So I give you a perfect example. At work, like when I'm doing shit at work, there's certain entities in my job where I have to trust it's going to be 50. If it say 50, I have to trust that it's going to be 50. I can't start worrying about, okay, what if it's 49? You deviating too far. You starting to, that's where you get fucking problems.
Yeah.
And then that's the maturity, like he said, you end up surrendering because you learn to just say fuck it with certain shit because you can't control. I mentioned earlier, you focus on the journey because you're never going to control every fucking outcome. There's just no way. You're going to drive yourself crazy. So like I think if you touch all 3 and kind of like evolve yourself into knowing those, like along that way, along that path. Like for me, I didn't even realize it till I start journaling. And that's why I start going down a rabbit hole. I'm like, fuck, dude, like you think you're in control all the time and you're not. Like you're just, I start thinking about my day, my weeks, like all the things that I do. And I'm like, you're not in control of as much as you think you are.
Yeah.
But I'm not, because I started to trust things.
Yeah.
I started to go, that's a given. I'm not going to even harp on that. That's there. I can trust that. But then that's, again, it leads into the surrender part of I have to put all that together or else I'm just going to be a mess. And there's no way I'm going to accomplish anything or execute any fucking thing because I'm stuck in the rut.
Yeah.
But it's a bad one. Like, you know what I mean? It's horrible. But yeah,
It's not the rut that's building you.
Fuck no.
It's the rut that's destroying you.
And it goes both ways. You know what I mean? You would never want to put yourself in a bad rut, like D said. You would never want to set yourself up for fucking destruction. Why would you do that?
Right.
Yeah.
But people do it all the fucking time. All the time. And it's not being able to deviate. But yeah.
I love that I wasn't even, that taking the second to go, okay, if you're going to be doing this on a regular basis, then yeah, you might have thought you had 17 hours. And you don't have 17 hours no more. You got 15 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be. That was funny because that's something that has popped up on my habit tracker. I'm gonna go back to these fucking pages. But I put together like a solid quick little 30-minute breakdown of the day to see like, where do I actually, this list that I have, where the hell is it actually fitting into a 17-hour day? And how much am I actually going to end up overlapping? Okay, you think you're getting home at 4 o'clock and you're going to be able to walk the dog and feed her in an hour, and you're going to be right on time for 5 o'clock to get on the bike, to ride your bike for an hour and a half before he comes over?
You ain't even being honest with yourself.
Come on, dog. You got to put some room in there for that wiggle room. Where the hell's the 15 minutes of I wasn't expecting to have to clean up this mess right now?
Huh. You don't need that. That's how I've been living my life. You don't need that, bro. You don't need that wiggle room. No, you just freak out. You just scream. You just
scream. Say, fuck.
Yeah, that usually buys you about 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes?
Yeah, screaming alone.
Which one? Screaming fuck real
Yeah,
out?
yeah, that usually buys about 5-10 minutes. Good. And then you go in, like, you're late for work, and they ask why, and then you blame it on something that totally wasn't the reason why you're late. Oh, that semi-truck, they tried to make the right turn, couldn't make the right turn, stuck 10 minutes, I was stuck there. Like, yeah,
Hey,
dude.
I took a picture one time.
That's cool.
Like I was going to show somebody.
Oh, I
got it
do.
in my
I've done
phone.
that.
Oh man, it's traffic. I'm gonna be coming. This is what happened.
If they ask, here it is. See, this is why I was late. Like, okay, so how long did that take you? 10 minutes? Like, yeah, you're 20 minutes late for work. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good point. That's a valid point.
They said all these fucking time.
Yeah, it's a valid point.
You could have probably been slightly late. Now you're really fucking late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, the growth never stops. That's the way I'm looking at this one. And it's the matter of falling in love with the journey and the process rather than the destination or the outcome. Definitely something we've talked about before.
Yeah.
So I would say it's time for the final episode question of the day. That is going to be number 6. If execution is the quiet promise you keep to yourself, what promise are you currently holding the line for, even when it feels lonely? My answer is Zachary Nickel, Scooby Ruby Media owner, Root Unity app creator and developer, Rooted in Growth, the Rig Farm, creator and owner, which is a farm-to-table Ironman training facility and wellness retreat.
Damn.
I got ZZ Sheffin, the gravel bike racing and adventures. So this is
I already want
this
to go
is
there, baby.
the
Sign me
Rooted in
up.
Farm,
Sign
the
me
Rig
up.
Farm, baby.
Can I get in one?
Yeah, dog.
Damn.
I love everything about it, dude.
That
We
shit
can
sound
build
great.
that. I want to build it around here, though. We
Yeah.
got to have it here, dog. Not fucking Tennessee or somewhere else.
Fayette County.
Yeah, Fayette County. I got ZZ Sheffin, gravel bike racing and adventures. So this is building adventure itineraries and going on, all kind of cool biking and cycling adventures with friends and others. We got Weekend Wild Warrior, which is all about community and building community around outdoor adventures and experiences with your friends and family. This is something that's going to pay for me to be able to do the canoe competition in Texas with the boys.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the kind of things that I want to do with that. I want to be able to say like, yo, bros, I'm paying you and we're about to take the next 3 weeks off and we're going to go just race a canoe 1,000 miles through Texas.
That'd be hard. You don't want your boy on that crew. Hey, look, I could do like that little Asian kid. I'll jump on the front and start doing some aura farming for y'all. I'll do some hood shit. I'll just do some stanky leg. Instead of doing the little aura farming, I'll be able to doing the stanky leg and shit, doing the Tootsie Roll. Fucking doing the James
That's
Brown.
amazing.
Let me quit. You
That'd
do
be
your thing,
sick.
bro.
So we got the Dismount podcast, which is a community builder bridging the gap between self-growth and self-talk. We got Dragon Balls, which is a lax team I want to build with my friends that has an entire cartoon series behind it. Dragon Balls is Dragon Balls is 100%.
That's what they used to call Jeff in the shower after football practice.
Dude, Dragon Balls.
Only thing I
Dragon
know
Balls
about-
is the funniest freaking name for a freaking team, and I don't care, dude.
Yeah,
We're dragons, but we're Dragon Balls. He said, "All right, dog. I don't
I'm
know
with
about
it.
this one, dude.
I'm
I'm
with
getting old, dog. I'm dragging my balls, okay?
Oh, I mean,
You get it?
That's what because that's what I.
but
thought
we're shooting a hot fire flame, dog. We're dragons, but we're dragging our balls. See
I like it.
the penny
Not
for
that
this
great if you have
team.
to explain it.
No, it's not that great if you have to explain it. But the penny is gonna be the front end is gonna be a dragon just like ripping a shot. On the back end, it's gonna be it's gonna be the dragon back.
Yeah.
But it's gonna have 2 big dragon eggs. The dragon's gonna be sitting on those dragon eggs.
Yeah.
And they're gonna look like, balls, but your number is gonna be on the dragon eggs, dude. He goes, I don't know, I'm not vibing with this anymore. Dog, everybody was vibing with it. No,
I'm just listening. So
he ain't vibing with it no more.
I'm just, he laughing at me taking it in. He like, look at him explaining to this dude from the projects about
like-
some Dragon Balls,
Like,
and then incorporating it into a uniform and a jersey.
Zach's
And I'm just like,
Zach's gonna show up in the Outback with the truck nuts, but a Dragon Balls.
He gonna have to just show me. He gonna look. One day he gonna be like, see, Jeff, this is what I was talking about, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dragon Balls.
Dragon Balls. I'm number 22 balls.
Ah.
I'm 20 Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Number 20 for
Regardless.
Dragon Balls.
It was a cool name at one point in time. I still want to make the lax. I still want to make the lax team, dude. I love it,
Do
dude.
it.
I think it's funny
it's
as
a
hell.
top-tier
I
name.
got an entire like cartoon cast completely built to like make this like a goofy, funny TV show too, if I wanted to.
It sounds like some shit you should roll with, man. You know what? It always be shit like that. You hear it when you hear about the organic, bro. Like it's always like when you hear these obscure stories about how these people made it on this cartoon. Oh yeah, he drew that up 20 times, threw it in the garbage, picked it up, and then said, "Fuck it, I'll run with it again," and
Yeah.
it blew up. And you're like, what? I threw 1,000 sketches or something in the garbage, you know. And you just never know what's gonna.
Yeah.
You just never know. Like you got to run with shit, and you got to be confident in your ability. And we joke and we fucking around, but you confident as fuck in your ability. Like you ain't fucking around.
So my big thing is the promise that I'm keeping to myself is building the empire that I want to build. That's all based around empowerment, community building, and open communication. And probably the biggest thing is open-mindedness. But yeah, that's what I'm.
Awesome, bro.
That's the big thing. You know, a lot of the times it feels lonely.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
Say that.
It and
Whispering it to yourself though. Fuck it.
yeah,
And then one day you're gonna be screaming that shit from the mountaintops.
yeah,
You know, fuck that.
It's
It won't
more
be
of
whisper
a-
no more. You know?
yeah. I'm more now barking it.
Yeah,
You know,
fuck
I
yeah.
was silently telling it to myself, but now I'm barking it to people. People are like, "How's your job going?" I'm like, "Job's perfectly fine, but I'm building an empire right now that I'm really excited about."
Yeah. I was talking to my mutual friend about you. I told him, I was like, I would love to link y'all to. I was like, he was the type that'll go, fuck you talking about, get him on the phone here. So I told him how your personality
Yeah.
is. And it's funny, I was talking to him and he's like, let me know. Let me know. I was like,
I love it, dude.
but yeah, you know, but anyway, it's like people share that passion. Like when you put stuff out there, the right people have to receive it too.
Yeah.
It's like you might be shouting your shit to the wrong people. Like, you know, you might be, it might not be for everything, ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you get the right person, they'll go, oh, that's fucking, whew. And they just got all kind of like things that you didn't even fathom, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The really messed up thing is it only takes one other person to vibe with your idea.
No, that's it.
And then one other person gets the third person, and then it's a absolute. It just all goes from there. That's the biggest thing, and they've shown that. I've loved seeing the videos at like a dance festival where everyone's kind of chilling, and then one guy gets up and he just starts letting loose, and then a second person's like,
That's
"Oh,
it.
yo, if he's letting loose," and then the entire crowd by 10 minutes in is letting loose all around that person.
You were that guy like 6 months ago.
Yes, I was.
It's that judgment though. It's like, and you know,
I remember that.
we all want to feel comfortable too. It's the judgment. It's like, oh well, Derek did it. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Oh, we all doing it. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't feel so bad. No, we all over here.
Yeah.
You know.
So how about yourself, man?
Very simple promise I make to myself. Like I whisper to myself to keep showing up for the people who love me and count on me, so that I can keep working hard through facing any adversities that I go through. Like I'll be honest with you. Like I keep saying to myself, like I told you before, like that rut. Like I just keep whispering to myself, keep handling your business, keep making sure that you showing up, being a good husband, a good role model, a good son. Keep growing, like we talked about last episode. Keep growing that person, the new person. Keep growing him, and keep saying that to myself. Honestly, like it sounds simple, but that's it for me. Just keep whispering to myself, be that person that you're trying to grow. Keep on doing it.
It's hard to accept to execute.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's like you said. Like we learned that through journaling on this shit. Like, it's easy to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna," like you say, You got all these goals to whisper to yourself, but you gotta execute that shit.
Right.
And-
I'm just gonna Hulk smash my way through all this.
Yeah. For me, I think it's just building an identity around long-term gratification. I think that is
I
the
like
new
that,
one.
bro.
Yeah,
I
just
like that.
choosing long-term identity over short-term comfort, all those shit. And like for me, I try to think of like what's the next step for me, and I expect this, a lot of myself. But on the other side, I think that like I've been hard on myself in the wrong ways in the past. So like trying to find a healthy, sustainable way to continue to grow myself, and I think the answer is through long-term gratification, to understanding like the things that are going to level me up into like what I haven't seen or felt or smelled or tasted or whatever is going to be through me like being as patient as I've ever been.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Mhm.
What would be what would long-term gratification look like to you right now? Just monetarily at this moment in time, because we're trying to build that structure for you and the organization.
My health, focusing on my health for the first time in my life would be that, and understanding like I'm not like dying or anything, but like I've never taken the time to focus on my health in a way that will make 10 years from now Derek glad that he did that.
Okay.
That's where I am now, is understanding that like I could get off being 30 years old and drinking and waking up and eating shit and all that and not working out when I felt like it. And now like it's an understanding that when I was doing the ego check on Friday, doing the push-ups, I'm like, this is like, I used to just be able to do push-ups and it could be 3 months and I go back to being fine. This was like shaking and I'm like, that's not good. That is not good. Because that's like, that's not going to change. That's only going to get worse.
Right.
So for me, like the long-term gratification, there's a million ways that could look. But for me, as I'm visualizing it today, is learning to take care of my physical vehicle in a way that will make me happy when I'm 40, 50, 60, 70, and so on.
So how long of time frame are you giving yourself to see that
the rest of my life?
Okay.
Until I die.
I didn't know if like
the
a
answer
week
really is
or
probably like probably the realistic answer is probably like a 6-month period.
Okay.
To see like I may not think, or I may think that I am like healthy enough, but I do believe there's other levels of me to do that, and that would look like accepting more self-love into my life, and like you said, cutting out those hours of the day where like this is a mandatory thing, like you have done too. Like not saying I work this much, I sleep this much, here's how much I have to do all this shit. Like no, I work this much, I sleep this much, this is the time for me, and that is you cannot touch this time frame. You're going to do the work you need to do for yourself and do it from there. And to answer the other point, like even when it feels lonely, fuck yeah, it feels lonely. That's the best part. You're supposed to do it for yourself. Like it's not supposed to be for anyone else. So like that might be the one time we're feeling lonely is actually like the coolest thing of all, is like you're just doing it for you. You don't have to answer to anybody. You're doing it for yourself. And hopefully that in turn inspires other people or helps you build, stronger relationships with other folks. Like I've always worried about other people too much, but for this, I think that just like understanding that if I want to take a true next step in my life into becoming like, I don't want to say an adult. That's a real ridiculous thing to say to myself. Like, oh, I'm not an adult. Like that's a little brash, but like I think on the other side, like building into the version, like I'm proud of looking at in the mirror and not going back to the last episode where I was like, oh yeah, there were times where I don't want to look at myself in the mirror at all.
Yeah.
I want to be proud of who I am and feel that every day.
Yeah, that's a tough place.
Yeah,
because I had something really cooking, but I was really listening to you and I let it go.
So was I. I had something too. I was like, damn, I want to add to that. Then but you said it so eloquently.
I just wanted to listen to him.
I don't need to feel obligated to be like something. Even when you say like, okay, what's that look like in 6 months? I don't know what that looks like. I used to think I knew what that looked like, but then having that preconceived notion of what the outcome would be takes away from the entire journey. As you mentioned, you'll be more into the journey and not into the outcome. So like if I get set on like what does Derek being healthy look like, and it's just being fucking ripped and jacked, I'm probably never going to look like that. Like what would be the point? If I want to look like a fucking UFC fighter, well, I'm gonna have to starve myself and work out every day for 8 weeks. Like that's not a realistic scenario for me. That's a ridiculous thing to think. But like understanding like, hey, this is what works for me, and then going after that, and then having a time frame where I can look back and be honest with myself after, and like look at how far I've gone, look how far I can go. That's where the healthy part comes in.
Yeah, that reflection is huge.
Yeah.
You have to always allow yourself time to look back.
Yeah,
because that's where you grow. When you look back and you say, okay, not doing that no more. Okay, this needs to be. Like we said, you said you want to, talk about like this has to evolve. Like, how does that look?
Yeah.
Is there a time frame for that? Like, and if you give yourself a time frame and you don't reach it, then what do I do now? Okay, I wanted to be in shape in 6 months. 6 months has passed. I still look the same.
No,
what
I don't
now?
want to be a level 100 Charmander, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
My,
I want to keep evolving.
I think my biggest thing off of what you said would be finding the comfort in the loneliness.
Uh-huh.
Because that is something that is very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so,
but you have to be. All of this execution is literally about being comfortable with the uncomfortable. Like you have to. That's how you're going to make the next steps in your life, is being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Dude, you got to do the shit you don't want to do. It's like do the opposite of what you know what I mean.
Literally,
like,
do the opposite of what you want to do. Whatever
it.
I want to. Dude, I'm the case. You want to think about what you don't need to do. Just
yeah.
look at me. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, do the opposite of what D is doing, and you'll be fine.
But a lot of it is like what I feel like doing. Like is not aligned with what I should be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
100%.
so finding the comfort in all of the uncomfortable, dog.
Hell yeah.
So today's episode was an absolute kick-ass episode on execution. Can I make it out with no scars? That's a pretty bold statement. Anything that you're going to do in life might bring some type of scar, whether that's, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. It could be many different types of scars. A scar, a trauma that you experienced. Isn't that just a different type of scar? It might not be something that you can see on your physical arm, but it's something that scarred you. So for me, the biggest thing in this conversation was what Derry said was becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that for me is becoming comfortable with the loneliness and realizing something that you said, which was that loneliness might be the most powerful thing you did for yourself.
Yeah.
So we always say, don't trust us, trust yourself. And there's good reason behind that, because if you can't trust yourself, then who else are you going to trust? This podcast is a don't say, it's a do. I tried to re-say the same thing that I just said again because I didn't realize what I had just said. So, dude, we're riding out on this point. You got anything to add, Jeff?
No, man. Handle your business.
Handle your business.
Handle your business.
Amen.
Big D. You said it all. Masterclass today. Absolute genius. So, we appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned.
Later.
Thanks again for tuning in to episode 60, Execution. Can I make it out with no scars? Don't hesitate to catch the gang's next release. Episode 61, Maintenance. You can do an oil change for your body? What even would an oil change for your body look like? Is that a reflection day? Is that a relaxation day? Is that a do nothing and sleep all day? Was any of these different than the other? Is that going out and competing in some type of feat of strength, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone? Well, for everybody, an oil change for the body, mind, and soul will look different. Some of us, we do not get as much time to go for one of those massive long runs or bike for hours on end. Some of us love to play video games that allow us to escape into a different reality. Some of us will hibernate like a bear and not get out of bed for an entire day. It really doesn't matter at all what you choose to do to feel back in balance. Join the squad on this next episode on maintenance. You can do an oil change for your body. Let's give you 2 of the 6 questions from the episode outline that the boys will journal on for that one. Question number 2. What does your personal version of a reset day look like? How has that evolved as you've grown? Let's give you number 5 from this one. How do you maintain your sense of wholeness in a world that often praises constant upgrading, pushing, and achieving? We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys out there. Take care.